Hey, this is Notser, and we're taking a look at a user-submitted replay. Gadjahroo is in the Tier 7 Pan-Asian destroyer, Gadjah Mada, on the map Trident. This is honestly a great game, and I hope you enjoyed. I needed a break from a Tier 10 clan, ranked, legendaries, and then test ships. Most of the test ships are Tier 9s and Tier 10s. Obviously, you're playing a lot. Now, if you would like a continued break, why don't you consider taking part in RQL's Shipstorm Saturday? This video is sponsored by RQL. RQL is hosting a fast-paced tournament called Shipstorm Saturday. The tournament takes place September 8th at 4 p.m. Eastern on the North American server. Teams of 3 will face off in Tier 7 and Tier 8 ships on small maps with a maximum battle time of 15 minutes. Players on the team, which takes first place, will each receive 9,000 doubloons with ample rewards for second and third. For more information, join Shipstorm Saturday Discord at the link in the video description. Alright, so Gadjahroo able to avoid the incoming torpedoes. Unfortunately, Friendly Koenig did not. Looks like he'll be good. Gadjahroo, you're making this way too close. Absolutely, it's not close at all. How dare you suggest that, Notser? Those torpedoes had no chance of hitting you. You're right. But enemy farragut way overextended, and it looks like Gadjahroo wants to take advantage of this. Friendly battleship, I think, sticks a couple AP in the farragut, and oh no, the farragut's turning towards Gadjahroo. Gadjah Mada's guns are really good. They're British, and you're going to be able to play a lot more British guns in the very near future with the British DDs, of course. Just wipes out the farragut like it's nothing. Way overextended, and is this Congo stationary at 8 kilometers to Gadjahroo? Really? This seems absolutely insane. I think Gadjahroo intends to drop off detection, and then he's going to send his torpedoes towards the very clearly sluggish enemy battleship. And whatever you do, don't do this, players. Don't go into an area that's close to the enemy and stay stationary or reverse very slowly. You're just asking to be torpedoed. And that's exactly what Gadjahroo's going to do. If he wants to stay out in the open, be my guest. I will absolutely send those torpedoes downrange, and if he doesn't move, he's going to get taken out. And that Friendly Koenig who took the torpedoes was taken out. Friendly Colorado's out in the open even. But this Congo, don't do this, guys. Don't do this. Decide if you're going to move forward or move back, and do it. Usually, I try to predict the movement of the enemy, and it ultimately ends up being useless, futile. But Gadjahroo, his was not. He hit 3 torpedoes, took out the target. Honestly, could not have been easier. You just can't play like that, guys. And this Colorado flooding out to the enemy Liberate Mas. Now, Gadjahroo could absolutely engage this guy. He could totally open fire on him. And I think he intends to fire on him, only at a closer range. Pan-Asians do not have the ability to use their torpedoes against a DD, though. So he's really just trying to commit to doing a little bit of damage on this guy and maybe taking him out. He does have smoke, but Liberate Mas has hydroacoustic, so smoking in the situation is probably bad. And it doesn't look like he wants to do that, but look at the kind of damage he's doing. Just these British guns are just so amazing when making contact with something that they can actually do damage to. Enemy Liberate is burning down, while Gadjahroo is mitigating incoming fire from multiple angles. Looks like a battleship tried to fire on him, but it's cool. If Liberate Mas wants to just allow his ship to burn, and Gadjahroo can angle the Gadjah Mada, I mean, it doesn't really matter. Don't know what the Liberate was doing. Didn't really respect the fire. Maybe he was recently set ablaze by something else and he used damage control. I don't really know. But that was pretty brash, what the enemy DD did. But it works in Silk's favor. And he's going to move forward. So, pretty much, yeah. Every single DD is defeated on the enemy team. All 5 of them. The worst case scenario for a Gadjah Mada. And they're all taken out with very little actual effort from them. It didn't really look like they were playing particularly well. But regardless, this game, your team always finds a way of dropping whenever they have a clear advantage. And ooh, Scharnhorst is firing at him. You gotta avoid that. Thankfully, only one shell makes contact and it overpins completely. The dream of a destroyer. If it stuck in the ship, it would have taken off, you know, half of what he has remaining. So it worked out. Friendly New Mexico getting into point-blank range with a Scharnhorst, though. Probably ill-advised. He's probably going to have, you know, torpedoes available on his port side, and he's going to torpedo the New Mexico very easily, and the New Mexico is going to be like, a battleship with torpedoes? Yes, I know. It's amazing. Captain T. Baggins. Captain T. Baggins. What? Scharnhorst, do you not care that there's a battleship right next to you? I guess he was a secondary build, but God, he fired his guns at the hero, Gadjahroo. We can't have that. And the Scharnhorst overextended at this point, taking damage. Gadjahroo, you've got to locate those shells a little bit better than what you're doing. Notice where the shells are making contact. They're either making contact with the guns or they're making contact with the thick side hull armor. You need to hit the superstructure if you're a DD. And if you intend to set a fire on the nose, well, then you have to aim for the nose. And yes, small bit of fact that some people don't realize. Even if a shell fails to do damage, it has a chance to light the target on fire in that section. The more you know. And the Gadjah is able to hit one of his torpedoes and take the target out very easily. Looked like the Scharnhorst was intent on the kill. And look at this. Gadjahroo's team has a 2-ship advantage. Gadjahroo already has 4 kills. He's basically gotten every kill on this flank, save for 1 or 2. The enemy only has 3 ships. They can't do anything. If everyone focuses their fire, oh well. Friendly Congo is defeated. Farragut, are you going to rush in blindly and attempt a torpedo at point blank and potentially get absolutely wiped out by an enemy battleship? I mean, who's to say, really, right? That's never happened before. That never will happen. I can assure you that no DD will ever rush in to an area where there's multiple enemies at point blank range and expect to get a 100-0 torpedo send. No, that would never absolutely happen. Now, what usually ends up happening is the friendly is completely fine and no one has to worry about it, right? Yeah, that's usually what happens. But this Farragut, he's sustained a lot of damage. I'm honestly surprised that the Farragut is still alive. He did get some torpedo hits, and yep, you can only dance with destiny for so long. There's no reason to make that play. There's no reason to be visible as a DD. The only time you should be visible is if you feel like you can get the kill. So, friendly's taken out, and now their DD advantage is only to 1. But Gadjahroo shared this replay for a reason. It's clearly going to go all the way to the very end, and Gadjahroo is going to do his best to try and help his team win. He sent his deep water torpedoes at both gaps. There are what looks to be 2 battleships. One potentially could go towards the northern gap, the other one towards the southern gap. He's clearly looking for a strike or 2. Enemy Fiji is pretty full health. You do not want to get close to that as a Gadjah Mada. The Fiji will punish you, and it will punish you hard because it is a light cruiser, and light cruisers, they love to hunt and kill DDs. So the northern send, not successful. Looks like the New Mexico completely safe from that, but there is something developing. Yes! The enemy Fiji sailed directly into the path. Clearly, no one spotted the torpedoes before it was too late, and that's cool because the Fiji just used his damage control. Maybe someone can follow up. It would either have to be Gadjahroo or Old Guy in his Iron Duke, because the Fiji on his team does not have the ability to fire HE, except maybe secondaries, and you would never actually do that. That'd be ridiculous. But Silkaroo's torpedoes are back up. One of the things that makes the Gadjah Mada so good is its ability to conceal itself, but also have a fast torpedo rearm. These are basically Japanese torpedoes with the concealment of a German. And that's just outstanding for hunting down enemy battleships and cruisers. But it does look like the enemy is trying to make a play. Now, what does the enemy have to do to succeed in this instance? Well, they need to focus fire and they need to work as one. So, enemy New Mexico, who is absolutely butt naked, 100% naked, takes 2 fires already. Oh, the British guns. So juicy. He decides, probably rightfully, that putting the fire out would most certainly lead to a torpedo that would stick. So I think he intends to get as close as possible to the smoke cloud and hopefully deal with Silkaroo in his own way. Obviously, we're rooting for Silkaroo, and yeah, eventually he just gives up on it. I think a friendly was able to spot torpedoes, and that confirmed to him that Silkaroo is indeed without defense, and I think he wants to just keep moving forward. Which is, a snail's pace because he's an American battleship. They take out the friendly Fiji, and it's 2 versus 3. A game that was, at one point, 5 versus 3. The enemy team has killed 3 straight ships without losing a single one. And it's not looking good, right? But Silkaroo, he has his torpedoes, and he's going to send a torpedo around the corner towards New Mexico. He's got to be careful, though, that Fiji, last spotted near an island, he could sneak up. This is a very dangerous situation for a DD. This is a lot of blind spots. You've got to consider your personal concealment and whether an enemy can rotate around an island undetected. That's really the only thing that I think perhaps Silkaroo is a little... Well, he feels like he has to carry, so he's trying to do everything he can, but he's not covering that Fiji that could work himself into a position that would be absolutely devastating. Although, Silkaroo's smoke did just come off a cooldown, so that's good. No confirmation on where the New Mexico is, and yep, sure enough, the Fiji, yeah, he's coming, and Silkaroo knows it. He immediately uses his smoke cloud, and now he's absolutely very blind. All this enemy Fiji and the New Mexico have to do, they've got to get over to Silkaroo without being detected, and oh no. No Mercy 2014. Well, the Mercy did come just in 2018, and he earns Kraken Unleashed. Awesome. But where's that New Mexico? Where the hell is the New Mexico? And I love what Silkaroo is doing. He's not sending all his torpedoes. He's always keeping one in reserve to protect himself. Yes, it's allowing his cooldown to come back up, but he's always protected. And I have a terrible habit of sending my torpedoes. Oh, I'm going to get it all. This torpedo send. Everything's going to work out in my favor. And of course, it fails completely. Silkaroo sends 1 set. And he's continuing to stay dark. Friendly Iron Duke is, doing his part, but I have really no confirmation on the health he has at this moment. The smoke is going away slowly, about 25 seconds on this one, and oh no! He's surface detected by the New Mexico. Secondaries open up any second now. Oh, did the New Mexico miss the opportunity to fire on the Gadjah? How does that happen? Did he? I think he blind shot. And Silkaroo gets his torpedoes out. He takes out the New Mexico. Oh, man. The New Mexico, he had it. That window would not have been open at Tier 10 or Tier 9 or Tier 8. That's just a mistake by the New Mexico. He had more than enough time to pre-plan his shells, his aiming, and just pull the trigger whenever he gained accuracy. And I don't know what he was looking for. Maybe he was surprised. And of course, Silkaroo, great job. Absolutely wonderful job with the torpedo. He has a lot of discipline, a lot of patience where I just lack it. And you don't need to use both or 3 torpedo launchers every single cooldown. You need to keep it in the back pocket for whenever you need it. And he absolutely needed it there. He took out the New Mexico and it was great. And all that's left is this enemy New York, and in a situation where you probably had a chance to win very easily, the enemy team, if they would have just played it out. They had players that seemed more competent at the end, and it just didn't work out. For Silkaroo, though, it absolutely worked out. First Blood, Kraken Unleashed, High Caliber, Confederate, 2 bases captured, 11 torpedo strikes, 10 floods. Absolutely wonderful game, Silkaroo. Thanks for sharing this. And those torpedoes did not make contact with Sea Knight. However, Silkaroo still has a charge of smoke, and it looks like he's going to move forward. Friendly Iron Duke is keeping the enemy spotted, and yeah, this is absolutely going to be a win at this point. There's nothing the enemy can do. Silkaroo could easily just do free damage from smoke while the Iron Duke keeps him spotted. But I love seeing the Gadjah Mada. I love seeing a non-tier 10, and I hope you guys enjoyed it as well. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I'll catch you next time.